Doctor?
Yo, what up? What up? What up? Y'all know the deal, man. Like and share, like and share, like and share. So we get this thing out everywhere. There's anywhere in the world you could be, but just hope you right here with me, the BABGOG. And I appreciate you for pull up on me, man. What's going on? Man, listen, bro. Y'all surprised? Y'all not surprised, bro? We've been talking about this, man. Listen, bro. Listen, bro. We've been told y'all this. Y'all forgot about the Obama death toll? Huh? Remember all them brotherfuckers in the Jeremiah Wright church that who execution style kills a choir director? I'm gonna say it again. Who kills a fruity choir director? Huh? That too. If I see, well, so you know, brother. All this shit is well documented, man. Okay? I gotta remind y'all about those letters. Who knows what those letters are in the thumbnail? Could anybody enlighten us? Okay? Obama was writing 4-page letters before Aaliyah. I'm writing you a 4-page letter. Obama was on the same shit way before Aaliyah. And guess who he was writing to too? Or about, rather. This ain't no speculation. This is not rumors. This is not, made up. This is true. The letters exist. Barack Obama, for one, is not black. He's an African. Okay? All you FBA niggas, I don't see y'all ever talking about that with Barry O. Okay? Barack Obama's daddy is Kenyan. His mama is white. He grew up in Hawaii. Then my understanding is he got sent out somewhere, Pakistan, Indonesia, somewhere in that area, right? To live with somebody. Barack Obama don't have no black experience in life. Barack Obama's best friends were white and foreign. Appreciate you, 24, bro. Indonesia. Okay? This nigga get up and sing a little bit of Al Green, right? And the first black president, and niggas was over with. Niggas were crying tears, man. I voted for him twice because I was caught up in the black man, finally, the black man, black president. And lo and behold, what the hell he do? He ain't do shit for me and you. I can't just do something for black people. That's not how it works. I can't get in here and say I'm going to do something exclusively for black people. Just to turn around and make the whole country okay to be gay. Now, before someone tries to say, "Oh, you're a bigot, you're phobic," no, listen. Whatever your lifestyle is, whatever your sexual orientation is, that is your right. Okay, even though I may not agree with it, that is your right. Do what you want with who you want as an adult. Okay, all right. But before this Obama shit, right? And you know what? I got to start changing. Like I was saying, 8 years. It was less than 8 years because he didn't do all the gay shit to the second term. Remember the first year he was no, the first term, no, I can't, he was staying away from the gay base. Second term though. So really it ain't 8 years. In 4 years, the LGBT community got everything black people had to fight, die, and suffer for 100 plus. I'm going to say this again. What it took black people 100 plus years to get, and a lot of black people claim we still have not gotten in this country, gay people were handed it to it on a platinum platter in 4 years. Not only was it handed to them, they were elevated over the black community socially and economically and through policy. They received protections. Remember, I always forget Bird and the Bird and what's the name act, right? What was it? The Bird and what was the other what else, Xander? What was the other Bird? Let me see, Bird. I just put Bird act. Shepard and James Bird. There we go. Matthew Shepard and James Bird. James Bird was the black man. Okay. James Bird was a black man that was dragged through the streets of, I believe it was Texas, until his head popped off in a clear hate crime from racist ass white boys. Matthew Shepard allegedly was killed because he was gay. Barack Obama made an act to where he put a white boy, okay, a gay white man that was allegedly murdered over his sexuality, right? No one witnessed this. This was the results, and this was what they concurred after, the autopsies and the details and all this other shit, right? We know for a fact, though, James Bird Jr. was dragged through the streets, his body mutilated and separated, right? And somehow, some way, Barack Obama saw it appropriate to put the gay white man before the tortured black man. Without a doubt. It is that deep. It is that fucking deep. Barack Obama shat on the black community as much as he possibly can, bro. Every fucking time. I'm pretty sure at that time that was the highest voting rate that black people had ever had for the Democratic presidential election, without a doubt. We're not even gonna talk about this bullshit with, somehow the miraculous 2 million extra votes that the last guy got that shitted on himself and don't even know who he is at this point, right? But clearly, right? So now, on top of all of this, after he talked shit to black men about being fathers, remember that? Let me see. Is this it? I think this is it right here. Hold on. I got it right here. Hold on. In the meantime, between time, man, hit that like button, hit that like button, hit that like button. Hold on.
In which we build our lives. We are most dependent on the family. The family is that most important foundation. And we are called to recognize and honor how critical every father is to that foundation. They are teachers and coaches, they're mentors, and they're role models. They are examples of success and the men who constantly push us towards success. But if we're honest with ourselves, we'll admit that too many fathers are also missing. Too many fathers are MIA. Too many fathers are AWOL, missing from too many lives and too many homes. They've abandoned their responsibilities. They're acting like boys instead of men. And the foundations of our family have suffered because of it.
Now, this was on Father's Day in 2008. Okay. This would have been during his first presidential election, right? His first presidential term, right? He's in a black church telling black men Your black ass need to be better dads. And I couldn't agree more. Okay? All right? This is before all the rainbow activity. Okay? Barack Obama has never, ever, ever, ever held back on telling black men what they needed to do, how they needed to be better, how they need to step up, how they need to be fathers, how they need to vote, how they need to trust black women. Barack Obama and African. Remember, African and white that's never lived the black experience. He ain't been in no motherfucking projects. All right, he ain't picked no roaches out of no cereal box. He ain't had to dodge no gangbangers. All right, he ain't sold no crack, and he was an overrated ass. Who? Oh my god, the worst thing y'all ever talked about. Oh, he plays basketball. Oh, the most simplest motherfucking the white dude they kept having was a better hooper than Obama, man. That's what pissed me off. Like, come on, man. Man ain't no damn hooper.
You and I know this is true everywhere, but nowhere is it more true than in the African American community. We know that more than half of all black children live in single-parent households. Half. The number.
Now again, listen, half. This was 2008. You think that shit done got better since 2008? Y'all was smoking dope, man. All right. Half. This is in 2008. You think it's gotten better since 2008?
That's doubled since we were children. We know the statistics that children who grow up with a father are 5 times more likely to live in poverty and commit crime. They're not.
Now, again, I'm not gonna play the whole thing, but remember when we talk about all this stuff, and now you had the same conversation. Everybody was applauding Obama. Black women, yes, yes, Obama. Tell them, President, talk to them. This was 2008 when the statistics were showing the negative effects of the black father not being there. No one gave a fuck. No one argued. All those statistics, not no white man statistics, none of that. That shit was law. Here we are 17 years later. Okay? 17 years later, and we say, hey, man, you know them same stats that Obama used back in 2008, they're even worse now. Oh, that's the white man stats. Single motherhood, it ain't that big a deal. And that's really what it was. See, what Obama didn't tell you was that if you were to flip that and make it single fathers versus single mothers, the outcomes would be much greater. None of the negative connotations. But what he did was he put the onus on the irresponsible men that those women had chosen to lay down with and have children with. He didn't mention the women at all. He didn't tell the women, hey, you need to pick some better niggas than nutting you. Never said that. Never gonna say that. Even though he could have said it and nothing would have happened. Black women would have voted for him just the same. But, hey, can't alienate the base. Can't alienate the leaders of the Democratic Party in the black community. So I'm just gonna talk shit about the niggas. (2008). The father was also important, and the fathers needed to step up, and the fathers in the African American communities were out of line, okay, for being out of pocket. Oh, what a difference 17 years makes, man. Let's see what good old former POTUS had to say. What was this? Not yesterday, but day before yesterday.
And that's one of the things that I think a lot of times boys need is not just exposure to one guy,
one dad.
One dad.
Why not? Obama, you literally said, brother, back in 2008, you dads need to be here. You need to be present. When the dad is in the picture, the child turns out much better. You gave the statistics. Now you about to suggest this nonsense? Let's listen.
No matter how good the dad
is, he can't be
like,
everything.
He can't be everything.
What was he? So hold on. You mean to tell me all of these black dads that were suffering through Jim Crow and, you know, segregation and, you know, being denied rights and second-class citizens, they weren't enough for their sons? They had to be. They were. I remember the "my dad is stronger than your dad" conversations and competitions. I remember when your dad was your hero. The fuck you mean one man wasn't enough? Your dad wanted. Of course, you had your uncles and stuff like that, but those are your family members. Those are extended families, brother. What you about to suggest is, I don't even know. It's ridiculous. It's ludicrous. It's insane. It's unbelievable. It's any and every fucking adjective that I can think of that you about to say out your mouth. Yes, so demonic.
And then that boy may need somebody to give the boy some perspective on the dad.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
One of the most valuable things I learned as a guy was I had a gay professor in college at a time when openly gay folks still weren't out of line.
You had a gay professor in college. You mean the same time during the college where you was writing them love letters to some man about or to your about having sexual fantasies with men? That same time period, Barack Barry O.
Hey, you gay. Y'all niggas are gay. Nigga, you gay. That's gay.
Your relationship with your children.
Oh my God.
Who became one of my favorite professors and was a great guy and would call me out when I started saying stuff that was ignorant. You need that to show empathy and kindness. And by the way, you need that person in your friend group so that if you then have a boy who's gay or non-binary or whatever, they have somebody that they can go, okay, I'm not alone in this.
Yeah.
No, bro. So now you got to be the gay whisperer as a straight man, the gay translator. Listen, man. Lord forbid, you know, a child is confused or whatever, and you know, or exposed to. And again, what doesn't get talked about is a substantial portion. I can't say majority, but I'll say a substantial portion of the people, boys and girls, that turn out to be gay, end up that way from being taken advantage of. Okay. All right. That's what nobody wants to talk about. They used to tell you this shit, but again, they took it out of the DSM manual for a reason, because as Chronicles would say, the LGBT alternative lifestyle is based in pederasty. That's not an opinion. That's a fact. You go back to ancient Greece and Rome and all this other shit and so on and so forth, when they would have these apprenticeships, these boys that were their understudies would pretty much pay the men teaching them to do whatever they were teaching them to do through sex. Okay, man boy love. All right. NAMBLA is a real thing. I didn't remember I kept hearing about this and I didn't know NAMBLA was a real thing until I was like in my mid-20s. NAMBLA is a real thing. That is a real fucking what do you call it? The political interest groups, the not a pact, but no, it's a pact. It's a pact. That's an actual pact, bro. Shout out to a man sport professor in college too. I didn't know any better then, but after paying more attention, he was trying to shoot his shot. Say, hey, that's crazy, bro. Like, hey, man, he would have got, hey, you definitely gonna get these hands, bro. Barack Obama is saying that your father is not enough. Mind you, this is a man that didn't grow up with his father. Remember, his father one day, he's back in fucking Kenya. Plays again.
And that's one of the things that I think a lot of times boys need is not just exposure to one guy.
Mm-hmm. One dad.
One dad. No matter how good the dad
is. He can't be
like,
everything.
He can't be everything. And then that boy may need somebody to give the boy some perspective on the dad.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
One of the most valuable things I learned as a guy was I had a gay professor in college at a time when openly gay folks still weren't out of line, who became one of my favorite professors and was a great guy and would call me out when I started saying stuff that was ignorant. You need that to show empathy and kindness. And by the way, you need that person in your friend group so that if you then have a boy who's gay or non-binary or what have you, they have somebody that they can go, okay, I'm not alone in this.
Yeah.
Right. So
what about the girls? Do the girls need a lesbian woman to be their mentor, to be their balance? You notice how, again, none of these things are ever suggested, because I told you, bro, they're after your sons. And we know because it's Barack Obama and Michelle Obama, one of their target audiences is who? It's okay for your son to be a little sweet. It's okay for him to want to wear your heels. It's okay for him to want to play in your makeup. You're a single mother already, so let him express himself. See, no, what a dad would do is like, hey, boy, fuck is you doing? Don't do that. That's not for boys. That's for girls. And we've become, well, I don't say we. Society's become so weak and women have become so fucking diabolical, man, that they purposely do these things. And I'm telling you now, a lot of the reason why all these niggas gay, they know it because these women are promoting homosexuality to their sons. It's okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. They'll defend it. It's the boy that was the comedian 2 months ago. The guy that was acting like he was 21 Savage or some shit. Right? That guy. I forget what it's funny. Was it Funny Mike? I think it's Funny Mike. Right? He was chastising his son while they was on stream because his son wanted to put on something. It was either like his mom's wig or something with some girl stuff. And he, got on his son's ass, paused, cussed him out and be like, hey, boys don't do that. Right? Everybody instantly mad. Oh, he's just a kid. He's just a this. He's just a that. And this man say, hey, man, that's my motherfucking son. And in this house, we don't tolerate none of this in between shit. Boys are boys and boys do these things. And this is what girls do. When you start blurring all these lines, man, this is where we get the shit to where these niggas don't know what gay is no more. All right, young nigga, let me tell you. And again, I'm talking to the young niggas because y'all the ones that confused because y'all done had to be inundated with all this bullshit. Okay, you are only straight if you only deal with biological women. Only. Say it again. You can only be straight as long as you only deal with biological women. She can be ugly. She can be fat. She can be skinny. Okay? She can be tall, short, whatever. As long as she was born with that pussy, you are good to go. Now, as soon as you stray away from that, left or right, and that motherfucker was born with a pipe, that ain't right. Say it again. As soon as you move away from that, left or right, dealing with anything that was born with a pipe, aka a penis, ain't right. I don't give a fuck what society say. There's no sampling, no dibbling and dabbling, none of that, my nigga. Pussy only. Okay? There's no pleasure you should be trying to seek sexually from a man, a male. None. As a straight man. Say, if you're claiming to be straight, that's the only way. If you gay, hey, be gay. Say that. For black men, ain't no such thing as no bisexual. No. I don't know what white men do. I don't know what Hispanic men do. I don't know what Asian men do. Listen. All right? If you like anything other than pussy, all right? Or the holes on the woman, the Holy Trinity. Remember, God don't make no mistakes. A woman has all the holes you could possibly want, brother. Okay? All of them. You can't go wrong. So if you veer away from that and go from a hole to a pole, God bless your soul, brother. If you go from a hole to a pole, brother, God bless your soul. That's all I can say. It's just crazy to me how, again, if you feminize the men, you make the men weak, you make the men confused, that's a whole generation controlled and done and over with, bro. All right. You know what I'm saying? And it's very, very unfortunate, man. One second. Very unfortunate, right? That you have a person of such power and influence suggesting this fucking nonsense. But this is why straight black men, bro, have to reset the definition and protect this shit with any and everything. Ain't no motherfucking, hey, you got some head one time from a nigga, or you tried it. No, brother, no, fam. No need for that. Now, again, if you were unfortunately forced to do something against your will as a child, that's totally different. I mean, hey, you can't help that, right? Not gonna count that against you. It's probably gonna be a struggle for your whole entire life and a lot of confusion and identity crisis and a lot of things like that. And hope and pray you get through it. Okay. But at some time though, You keep on doing it. You are a willing participant. Okay? You out here.
Are you gay?
How you gonna ask me a question like that?
How do you marry a woman and then turn around and let a man bend you over?
Ain't nobody bending me over.
Oh, so you doing the bending?
Doing the bending or getting bent, brother. Okay? The bender or the bendy. Ain't no coming back from that, man. Once a brother fucker, always a brother fucker. Even all these dudes they claim they told you that was delivered. Still lispy. Still hang around with those same individuals in temptation. I keep telling y'all, man, and again, I have to be clear when I say this, but a lot of people don't understand it and they think it's what's the name? It's kind of like I think the conversation that people try to listen. I'm gonna say this again. All right. I stand on this. All right, 1,000%, 10,000%. Okay. Now I am not advocating for, I am not excusing, I am not condoning, I am not supporting, I am not speaking positively of women being sexually violated. Okay. That's not what I'm doing. What I'm saying though is even if and when a woman is sexually violated, it is biologically, not socially, not morally, not any of those things, okay? But biologically, it is normal, meaning that a woman is meant to be penetrated, period. Okay? All right? Not saying it's okay for it to happen. But even if a woman is unfortunately in the horribly violated, it is still the natural order of her engaging in sexual activity. Order, not moral, not right, not any of these things. I have to say this, okay? Physiologically, physiologically, nothing out of the norm is happening. Okay? Of course, outside of her being forced to do it against her will. Okay. For a man, it is not the same. Once a man is penetrated, it violates any and everything of his manhood, his identity, his mental, his emotional, his existence. Okay. That's why a man or a boy being violated is so much fucking just and it's purposely downplayed. Oh, it's just no, it's not. A man is not meant to be and to feel like he's a woman, a boy especially. But society has purposely pushed this fucking bullshit to where you can't even talk about, women being violated. Right? That's something you don't supposed to talk. It's just bad. That's it. Of course, it's bad. We know that. But now let's start breaking it down and make a comparison of the two. If and when a boy is penetrated, bro, that goes against nature. That goes against physiology. It goes against all and everything. Let's go and get your stupid ass out of here. Yeah, get your dumb ass out of here, lame ass nigga. Get your lame ass up out of here, lame ass nigga. Gay that, you gay. Now take your gay ass on, motherfucker. How about that? But anyway. I'm seeing this conversation more and more, and I actually got a stream prepared for this topic as to where, T people, women, and all these other things, and blah. No, a woman is a biologically born woman. Okay. All right. She's born with a vagina, not a penis. That is a woman. All right. Whole, not a pole. All right. Once a born man changes or attempts to change his sexual identity to a woman, which is scientifically impossible. You can never change your chromosomes. You can never change your testosterone. You can never change your hormones. Again, right? Even with puberty blockers and all those things, y'all do understand that's like a lifelong thing, right? If they ever stop taking them fucking pills and stop taking that medicine, that beard gonna show up, that mustache gonna show up, that jaw gonna square, them shoulders gonna get broader, that muscle mass is gonna motherfucking start picking up. Again, that's and it's to the point now where we're even questioning something that's been undeniable, proven science for the existence of mankind. A woman is a woman, a man is a man. They are not interchangeable. One can never become the other. I don't care about surgeries. I don't care about fucking medications. I don't care about procedures. I don't care about any of those things. But now in America, right? The leaders of the free world, if you say and you refuse to call a clear man that's impersonating a woman, now you're a bigot. Now you're insensitive. Now you're wrong because you refuse to play the fucking game and accept the lie. That's like a motherfucking person walking up to me and saying, "Hey, I'm a tree. You got to call me a tree." The fuck you mean I got to call you a tree? I've never seen a motherfucking tree walk outside of the fucking Lord of the Rings. You telling me you a movie character right now, motherfucker? What kind of tree are you? Fucking pecan tree, orange tree, apple tree? What a pine tree? Bitch, a tree's motherfucking produce something. When was your last termite inspection, motherfucker? How many rings you got? See how stupid that shit is? We are Groot ass niggas, man. Come on, bro. My bad. Hold on. Try to Kevin Digger. Pushing back against this. Of course not. They're not going to push back against this because again, the tag team partners of the LGBT community are black women. Remember, they love the brotherfuckers. Black women hold the gay black man over the straight black man. These are facts. Remember, there's a gay dating coach for straight black women. There's a gay black man giving dating advice for black women looking for straight black men. Remember we talked about this shit? I can tell you this. A gay man don't know shit about straight niggas. 1000%. He may know something about pretending straight niggas, the niggas that claim they straight and they fucking with gay niggas, which makes them gay. But a gay nigga don't know shit about straight niggas. Nothing. Yo, what? Alternative male strategy is crazy. You say white man and black man, according to her. Or him. What the fuck? Bro, this shit right here is just diabolical, man. Well, let me so you guys remember this, right? Hold on. Yo, this is crazy, bro. I'm trying to find a. Here we go. Well, no. It's live radio. Let me see. They don't have that thing. Okay, no. Look at this shit. Look at this. Barack Obama told X, I make love to men daily, but in the imagination, letter shows. Hold on. Let me do this real quick. Gotta do this. I've been meaning to do this. 1 second. Give me a second. Hold on. Gotta add this. I gotta add this. Where is it at? What the fuck is it at? Where the fuck is it at? Shit. Where the fuck is it at, bro? Oh, fuck. Hold on. Oh, bros. Videos. Here we go. Got it. Oh, hold on. Need that. There we go, right there. There we go. He said, I make love to men daily, but in the imagination, letter shows.
Nigga, what?
I make love to men daily, but in the imagination, letter shows.
Nigga, what?
God damn, bro. They got all these motherfucking ads and shit. Get this shit out of here. Former President Barack Obama wrote his own androgynous mind in Making Love to Men Daily, but in the imagination, according to the redacted portion of now notorious 1982 letter obtained by the Post. The more than 40-year-old letter to an ex-girlfriend recently resurfaced after the Obama biographer David Garrow gave a long and winding interview on the one-time commander-in-chief. In regards to homosexuality, I must say, I believe this is an attempt to remove oneself from the present, a refusal perhaps to perpetuate the endless farce of earthly life. You see, I make love to men daily, but in the imagination. Obama, then 21, wrote to Alex McNair in November of 1982. So again, this is not speculative. This is not made up. This is not rumor. This is not conjecture. That actually fucking happened. Okay? In the height and prime of your testosterone kicking in and college years and all this other shit, and all the fucking women out here, bro. Maybe what was a typo? What are you talking about? What did I miss? Hey man, remember listen, bro. This is how crazy this shit is. Remember they stopped the super straight shit. Niggas started the super straight thing started to catch fucking what's name and they banned it. Super straight hashtag actually started doing that shit, bro, and they banned it, bro. This just shows you just how strong of a push that they're giving this fucking LGBT rainbow ideology, man. And we got to start fighting against this shit. Listen, if you gay, be gay, right? But don't bring that gay shit this way. Don't tell me that it's something wrong with me because I don't agree with it. Don't tell me it's something wrong with me because I refuse to promote it. Don't tell me it's something wrong with me because I'm telling you as a straight man, you can't redefine what the fuck I am, right? Straight men only deal with biological women. Only. That's it. Not men, not men pretending to be women, not none of that. Not X-Men. Oh, I forget who made that joke. Somebody like, what do you call a whole bunch of T people? The X-Men. Oh God, man. But yeah, man. No. I'm the King Pigs. I have not mentioned that at all, man. That's one conspiracy theory thing I stay away from. I stay away from the Michelle Obama allegations. I stay away from that shit 10,000 feet, brother. Yeah, I leave that to y'all, man. I leave that to y'all. But nah, man. I just wanted to touch on this. Pause. Let me hold before I go. You gotta remember this. Let me see. Let me see. Listen, man. Dave Chappelle said something that was very, very, very profound. I don't think people understood it, right? The easiest thing in the world, man, is to call somebody crazy. Because if you can call somebody crazy, you can get people to believe it. You just dismiss everything they say, right? It's just bullshit. That motherfucker crazy, man. He just talking, right? This man got up right? Came out of nowhere and told very detailed stories of Barack Obama and, you know, apparent sexual escapades and, you know, drug usage and all these different things. And surprisingly, he didn't die. Why? Didn't have to. They did him crazy. They made him crazy to the public. But for all y'all that don't know, let's have a listen.
In regards to the Obama incident, I flew out of Colorado Springs, Colorado to Chicago on November 2nd, 1999, arriving in O'Hare early in the morning of November 3rd. I went to the Chicago area to attend the graduation of my godson, my best friend's son, from basic training from the Great Lakes Navy Training Facility. I made reservations at the Comfort Inn and Suites in Gurnee, Illinois, based solely on the location to the training center. On November 5th, 1999, I hired the services of 5-Star Limousine. Excuse me. I had hired them both for November 5th and November 6th of 1999. On November 6, 1999, I asked the limo driver, whose name I now reveal for the first time, Jagir Paramit Mutani, if he knew anyone who would like to socialize and show me Chicago. Mr. Mutani understood that I was looking for someone who knew Chicago and would enjoy socializing. Mr. Mutani said he knew someone who was a friend of his. On November 6, 1999, after picking me up at the hotel in Gurnee, and this is significant, Mr. Mutani used his cell phone to make a call. That call was made to then Illinois State Senator Barack Obama to set up an introduction between myself and Senator Obama. Upon arriving at the bar and exiting the limo, Senator Obama was standing next to Mr. Mutani, and I was introduced to Senator Obama by name. Later that evening in a bar, which I believe was called Alibis, and I state believe because I have failed so far to get Citigroup to provide the credit card receipts that has the actual name. I mentioned I could use a line or two to wake up. Senator Obama asked me if I was referring to coke, and I stated I was. After stating I was, Obama stated he could purchase cocaine for me and then made a telephone call. This too was significant, from a cell phone to a presently unknown individual, during which Senator Obama arranged the cocaine purchase. Senator Obama and I then departed the bar in my limousine and proceeded to an unknown location where Senator Obama exited the limousine with $250, which was provided to him by me. Returned a short while later with an 8-ball of cocaine, which he gave to me. I did ingest a couple of lines of cocaine, and shortly thereafter, Senator Obama produced a glass cylinder pipe and packet of crack cocaine from his pocket. Obama then smoked the crack cocaine. I performed fellatio on Senator Obama in the limousine during the time Senator Obama was smoking crack cocaine, after which I had the driver take me to my hotel, the Comfort Suites, Gurnee, Illinois.
Bro, I don't know. I forget who this is in front of. I don't want to say this is like Congress or something, but this is definitely a official background. A podium up with the American flag in the back, and that cherry wood background, man. Listen, this man is giving you dates, times, say he has receipts, hotel locations, all these different things, bro. There's some shit, bro, that's just not gonna be made up in detail. Now, remember, if we juxtapose this with these things, remember the what was the lady's name that claimed the Supreme Court justice took a pussy? What was her name? And then I think that she recanted, right? The lady that claimed that the Justice Kavanaugh, you know, sexually assaulted her. Didn't she end up fully recanting the thing? Anybody remember her name? I don't remember her name. But anyway, remember, she was all, I don't remember, and it could have been this, and it could have been that. Same thing with the lady that accused Trump and shit, right? This man is giving you all the fucking vivid details, man. Okay? You're not finna imagine this shit.
The following day, November 7th, 1999, Senator Obama appeared at my hotel room, unannounced, uninvited, where we again ingested cocaine, and I again performed fellatio on Senator Obama. Significantly, both the driver's telephone call to Senator Obama and his call to the drug dealer should appear on the driver's and Senator Obama's cell phone billing statements. In the fall of 2007, September 2007, I contacted the presidential campaign of Barack Obama to request solely that Senator Obama publicly correct his stated drug use record to reflect his use of crack cocaine with me in November of 1999. When I made the first contact, I left with the presidential campaign of Senator Obama a telephone number for the campaign to return my call. The first number I provided was a Texas cell phone number. From the period of Labor Day weekend 2007 through November 18th of 2007, I did provide a total of 4 different callback numbers to the Obama campaign, as I had moved and I had changed the numbers to reflect locally my place of residence at the time. In late September to early October 2007, I received a call from a male who identified himself as a Mr. Young, stating he was calling in regards to calls I had made to the Obama campaign. This first call was in fact an attempt by Mr. Young to obtain from me the identities of anyone I contacted concerning my 1999 allegations against Senator Obama. This first call shocked me in that this Mr. Young The first call was in fact an attempt by Mr. Young to obtain from me the identities of anyone I contacted concerning my 1999 allegations against Senator Obama. The first call shocked me in that this Mr. Young asked me why I had not asked Senator Obama to disclose the sexual encounters I had with Mr. Obama in 1999. I was shocked as I had never mentioned to the...
Now, again, I got to make sure I fucking say some shit, because I just let it play through. They're going to hit me for the, what's the name? This man is giving commentary, bro, and explicit details about several encounters that he had with Barack Obama. He's letting you know that he contacted the Obama campaign to simply be like, tell the truth, okay? He hit him with the motherfucking concussion. Tell the truth, okay? Say he left him all this information and all these different things and so on and so forth, and giving you the names of people that contacted him to try to see who had contacted. Again,
campaign or anyone working for the campaign any sexual encounters, as my call was prompted by drug allegations only. The call ended with Mr. Young stating I would hear from someone in a few days. In mid to late October 2007, I received a second call from this Mr. Young, at which time I clearly became aware that this individual was personally involved with Senator Obama rather than just an employee of his campaign. The tone of the conversation had a sexual nature. Mr. Young did not once advise me how he obtained my phone number, which by this time had now changed to a Delaware number. In late October 2007, I received a text message from the gentleman identified as Mr. Young, in which he stated he was intimately involved with Senator Obama and that Obama was discussing with him and his pastor how to publicly acknowledge Senator Obama's drug use in 1999, and that Obama wanted to be sure I had not discussed the sexual encounters or drug incidents with any media at that time. In mid to late November 2007, in another text message from Mr. Young, he advised me that Senator Obama will publicly correct his statement as to the last time he used drugs, and I did not need to concern myself with publicly disclosing it myself. The last contact I had with Mr. Young was in early December 2007, when he made it clear to me that Senator Obama had no intentions of publicly acknowledging his 1999 use of crack cocaine, and that Mr. Young was in fact doing nothing more than milking information from me for Senator Obama's use. I later learned that a Donald Young, choir director of Reverend Wright's Trinity United Church of Christ, Obama's now former church, and who was openly homosexual, learned that he was murdered on December 23rd of 2007.
Now, that shit right there. All these people, these men of alternative lifestyle, again, not only dying, but being murdered in the way they were murdered. Bro, people don't understand just how deep this shit get, bro, when you at that level. Remember, it's more so of a selection than an election. And if you think you'll get in the way of this shit, dog, you got another thing coming. Okay? You better ask the Clintons. Motherfuckers commit suicide and shoot themselves in the back of the head 3 times. Just saying.
I have cooperated with the Chicago Police Department on this matter by providing them the telephone numbers I was using during the fall of 2007. And I release them now publicly in the hope that someone may be able to connect the dots between these telephone numbers and Mr. Young. In what I now realize was a naive and uncounseled decision, I posted in January 2008 a video on YouTube where I related the above information regarding my liaisons with Senator Obama in 1999. The response was overwhelming, and I quickly became the recipient of what in hindsight appears to have been a coordinated attack on my character with ever-increasing falsehoods circulating on the internet. Dan Parisi of WhiteHouse.com received $750,000 from the Obama campaign through David Axelrod's AKP Media and Message One, or Message and Media, I think, to organize an effort to publicly discredit me. When I confronted Dan Parisi with this allegation, he did not deny it. The polygraph results, as misrepresented, were immediately seized upon by the blogger community, and I became the subject of vicious lies about me. I was forced to file a lawsuit in an attempt to stop those lies about me that had been circulating. That lawsuit sought to obtain the proof of what I was saying about my contact with Senator Obama through subpoenas for the identities of the anonymous bloggers, so they could be linked to the Obama campaign and relevant records of the cell phone companies to prove the truth of my allegations. To date, though the lawsuit is now over 90 days old, Judge Henry Kennedy has refused to permit the suit to move forward so this evidence may be obtained.
Pretty much, man, they killed that shit. Okay? I'm going to tell y'all again, man. Another great movie. Probably one of the most, I think Denzel's most underrated movie. I very few people out here talk about it. But the acting and the story and everything in this movie is called Fallen. Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever seen Fallen with Denzel Washington. Put Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever seen the movie Fallen with Denzel Washington. If you have not seen it, right, or if you haven't watched it in a while, go back and watch that movie. It's a lot of you know what I'm saying, esoteric and occultic, and a lot of the stuff, you know, we talk about on 10-4 Tuesdays and whatnot, what have you. And a lot of people don't understand, believe, or whatnot, right? But the best scene in the movie is when the demon goes through the precinct, and then for the first time he understands and realizes what's going on, right? And he confronts the demon straight on. The demon has possessed, I think it was like a little old lady, right? And the husband that's with the old lady, he don't even understand what's going on. She turns around and stops because he said something in, I think he said Aramaic, right? And the demon turns around and confronts him straight on for the first time, right? And the demon tells him, hey, there are some things that you simply should not know. And then the demon touches the husband and passes the demon, transfers itself over to the husband. And the husband says, and if you do know, you should never, ever tell. All right. If you're going to do some shit, man, right, at this level, and you going up against the system, make sure all your I's are dotted, your T's are crossed, right? And make sure that you have evidence on evidence on evidence and contingencies and all this everything. Bill Cooper, author of Behold a Pale Horse. All right. Everything that man said, again, conspiracy theorists, bro, are batting 10,000, dog. All the shit they told you was conspiracy theory and all this stuff. I remember that was one of the first. That was the book that got me into the whole conspiracy theory thing. And I forget who told me to read it, but I read the book, right? And Bill Cooper talked about everything from UFO existence. He was a submariner in the Navy, and he was talking about how he saw UFOs while they were, you know, out to sea. And what you come to find out is a lot of these encounters happen through pilots, you know what I'm saying, that's flying over the water. Because what, like you said, bro, there's nothing there. All right. And until you ever been in the middle of the ocean, bro, you really can't even fathom like nothingness but water surrounding you. Right. Being on land and being able to see land, you know, as far as you can see, and so on and so forth. Let's say you like on a hill or a mountain or whatever. There's something there. You have reference points, you have landmarks, you have buildings, you have, you know, all these different things. But the ocean, motherfucker. Yeah, war assassin. They told us, man, all that stuff. You say that, and now you literally have, you know, the United States government coming out and saying that, hey, we have the technology. We've actually seen these things. Crazy. Please understand, man. There's some information. If you're gonna give it up or you're gonna tell it, right? It's better off for them to just call you crazy, right? Because if they fucking decide that shit is too real and too pertinent, you already know who you're going to see. Shout out to Nick in the building. Yeah, man. If y'all haven't seen y'all hadn't seen Fallen, man, go watch it. You ain't seen it in a while. And of course, if you haven't read Behold the Pale Horse, it's an audio book now. You can listen to it. I think they might still have some of Bill Cooper's actual interviews. He was doing a radio show, you know, way before podcast. He had a radio broadcast. My understanding was, I think his own radio station, right? And lo and behold, you know, he was, you know, killed on his property because of something allegedly. So yeah. Well, yeah, dark. What? That's a whole nother thing, man. That's again, bro. They just said they just talked about a new chapter or new part of MK Ultra that's just been discovered because they tried to delete the program when it got exposed. But when they recovered whatever, it's a whole new thing of MK Ultra. I'm gonna try to do research on that and I'll cover it on the 10th Tuesday, right? So we can talk about it. But yeah, man, telling you. Yeah, frame runner. Listen, man, when you out to sea, bro, and it's a new moon, it's beautiful. You can actually see the people say it's the Milky Way, but I don't think you can actually see the Milky Way, but it's like the space gases. You can literally see that shit. No telescope, no nothing. None of that shit needed, man. It's just beautiful, man. It really is. The stars shine bright. You can see all the constellations, all that shit, man. So shout out to a man supporting men for the 5. Really appreciate you, brother. For saying Dwayne Wade's son is a man, not a woman. Yeah, man. All this liberal shit is out of hand, dog. Liberal shit is crazy, right? But yeah, man. Barack Obama is the gay mander in chief, right? Again, in a presidential term, he helped catapult an interest group of sorts, really, or a well, it really is an interest group because they have like a pact and everything, but a sexual orientation, right, over a whole race of people. That's a problem, man. Okay, that is a problem. And black men, dog. You got sons, you got nephews, you got whatever, man. Again, to the ones related to you, man, do any and everything you can do so there's not some brother fucker in your place. Please. Okay? These women are looking forward to this. These women are promoting this. These women have no issue and problem, and some of them do the shit out of spite. So please, man, please. All right. Look out for your sons, look out for your nephews, look out for your little homies, all that other shit, bro, because it's not what we need. Okay. Last thing the black community needs is gay mentors to be having more influence over the boys than their actual fathers. And again, I'm saying this because before everybody tries to, you're phobic and you hate gay people. And no, I'm simply challenging what Barack Obama said 17 years ago. Okay. And then again, let me see, when was this? I think this was, hold up. And then again, 12 years ago. Okay. Specifically targeting black fathers, African American fathers specifically. Okay. But hey, man, I hope you guys got the message to this, right? Don't fall for the bullshit, man. Watch for the hook. Shout out to Dungeon Family, bro. And be that influence for your sons, man. Oh shit, my bad. Shout out to Intact in the building, man. Shout out to Nick. Piece of the chat. A lot of us knew about Barry when he was a senator. I first saw him via Bill Ayers and his wife. No one believed us. Yeah, man, of course. No one believes anything that you're speaking truth of when it comes to calling out the brotherfuckers, man. Nobody ever believes it. So. Shout out to Karen. With the high STD rates in Florida and Georgia, is that wild? Um, motherfuckers, motherfuckers, fucking raw, brother. I mean, it's pretty simple, right? It's pretty simple, man. All right. A lot of sexual irresponsibility, and I told you, the crux of it is straight women sleeping with knowingly gay men, knowingly. This DL shit is bullshit. I got something coming up on that too. Again, man, I'm listen. Just do me a favor, dog. Again, this YouTube shit is a labor of love, as they say. YouTube is doing any and everything they can do, bro, to keep my ass where I'm at. All right. And hey, it is what it is, right? But when y'all see somebody saying this shit, I literally been saying since I stepped in the door. I just please, bro, put a Fantastic Was Right wherever you see it. Just do me that favor. Like for the I got like 100, I'll say on average 120 to like 150 of y'all strong, bro. A1 day when been down, you know what I mean, supported, rain, sleet, snow, agree, disagree, whatever, right? I ain't changed shit. I ain't pivoted. You know what I'm saying? I done showed my face since day one, even when I shouldn't show my fucking face. Right? I said all the shit that motherfuckers was scared to say. All right. And now everybody is saying the shit I said 5 years ago. All right. A lot of this shit, I'm not saying I was the first to say it, right? Of course. But some of this shit is, fantastic originals. All right. So for sure for that shit. But when we know for sure, man, they know they gay, when they fucking them anyway, that's my shit. Okay? All right? It ain't black men's fault. Straight black man revolution, all this type shit. Bro, that's my shit. So when you see somebody using my shit, bro, they not gonna credit me, especially if they bigger than me. Hell, even niggas using the murder man dance and shit like that. And, hey, man. And shout out to y'all that do it, man, because a lot of you brothers tag me in some shit when you see, something that I've been saying for quite some time. The mainstream is catching on. So just do me that favor, dog. You know what I mean? Because as long as I know, like I said, a lot of times, man, knowing is only an own reward. I'm seeing that shit like every day now, bro. Because everything I'm saying, everybody's saying it now. Everybody. All right. But hey, really appreciate y'all pull up on me, man. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Motherfuckers sharing the murder man dance. Dog, it's crazy. But hey, that's that on that one, man. Miss Fantastic 824 on all social media platforms. That's that on that one. We'll catch y'all next one. Holla, we out.